So, what a week. I want to I know it's Thursday, I just want to do a postmortem. So, we're buyers here. I really didn't take advantage of the whole move. I got out early and then I bought the pullback here and took some profits before the breakout actually tried to play the short side. And then when it looked like the breakout was imminent, got long, took profits early. I've tried some scalps from the short side of the dollar and cable and Aussie. So I just want you guys to know that even after a long time in the business, that sometimes you can lose your discipline. And I would say that it started off, I was shorting the euro up here last week, 1785 with stops over the high. And, I looked at a 10-year yield chart and I thought rates were going to come down. And the problem is I traded this instead of just sitting with it. So I want to let you guys know that it happens to everybody and that you can be out of step, especially if something you're looking for happens and then you don't react in time. So I've reacted a few times, but the biggest mistake was trading it instead of just holding it and trailing a stop. So you have to look at when you go through a period like that, what happened? Were you impulse trading? Did you do it because you missed one side of the market and you're trying to catch the other one to get a better level to sell in? But I'm saying that pros have their amateur moments in markets at times, and that's what I had this week in the currencies. So no big losses because it was on the right side, but didn't ride them long enough, and then tried some counter trend stuff that didn't work. Now I'm even trying some counter trend stuff right here in the euro, buying it right around here. It's still my contention that we're going to get some type of rally. I mean, it's about a 400 pip decline in 2 weeks. So for us to have a 50% correction back towards 116 or 61.8, I still think is viable, but we could just continue to decline with no support. What the dollar would need to pull back would be a weak jobs number tomorrow, which is something that Paul talked about that's very solid. So if it's not solid, I think you're going to see some long dollar liquidation. Now, the yen, which is also something I'm trying, because remember, we talked about confirmed highs being the key for buying breaks. And this was a confirmed high. You bought the break, and this was something that was even short earlier before the bottom. And then you didn't know if you were going to have another confirmed high or not, and we did. So I said you had to buy this pullback, that there would be another high that may or may not confirm. So this time it's actually not confirming. I know we're making new highs for the move, but this is the first danger signal going all the way back to um, June 23rd. So over a month where we've had confirmed highs one after the other. So be careful in the yen as well. In here, it is due for a pullback. Yields are, to me, it's I don't know. I went from thinking that we were going to head lower before some of the news came out. We had a little head and shoulders breakdown. Now it looks like we may want to head higher, which would support the end. But the first non-confirmation in the end, we'll see if it could blow it out or not. So pretty much been a one-way street, but the first time it hasn't confirmed. So here's another one. This trade was successful. It was a short in the S&P from 6408 up here. All right. And I took 26. And then after Powell spoke, there was more left on the to take in. Or if you followed instructions and you didn't use your discretion to take, I think, that would have been about 70 handles down here. So really it was a successful trade. And if you left your stop at 08, you made 26 handles and got stopped out BE on the remainder. But see this today and see how we had a confirmed high up here. This time we're not. Now I know the earnings are great. I sold some. I have 10 handles right now. That if you're hearing my voice, because I'm not going to go to the chat room, you could take half off right now. You have about 11 and a half, 12 handles, and then just go trail your stop back towards the high of the move, which was 64, what was it, 42. So that's how you could basically be a wash because of where you're short from and where you put the stop. So you're in a riskless position here. Look, NASDAQ's really given up the ghost, and that's with tremendous earnings that just blew out my 23.5 number. NASDAQ really never gave much, but pretty good fade here today. So that's what I'm thinking there. I took an S&P position. I have some long euro looking for a dollar recovery and looking for uh, trades on the short side of the yen. That's not really giving relenting at all. So those are the big things I see. I think one of the surprises in the market is how well WTI is acting. Okay. We held this 64 breakout level and we're headed higher. And, this is a confirmed high too. This was the Israeli attack on Iran. And, we were long down here looking for that geopolitical event when no one liked crude. But, uh, you know, uh, I can't short it here. So, because of this confirmed high. And also, you know, my work's pretty good, but once in a while it can throw you. So part of the reason for the dollar um, that I wasn't so bullish was how it started off with like almost confirmed lows here in the dollar. And the euro, one of the reasons why I thought we might make a new high. So it just shows you that nothing works always. So we had a confirmed high in euro as well right here. So this had me thinking that we could get a rally to new highs. So, once in a while, these confirmations are highs and lows. I'm saying it's the exception, not the rule. So that was part of my psychology. I'm not making excuses. I'm just telling you what happened this week in the market to me with my psychology. And I'd say the first thing that had me out of step was having been shorting the euro, and walking away with small change and having a hard time to sell at 70 lower Monday morning. So that's what I'm seeing here. I just want to let you know it happens to everybody. We're not always completely disciplined as we should be. And, so far this dollar rally, it looks pretty good. And I talked about the objective being up here at the top of the wedge. It's 101.50. And really, the long term target's about 103. But I still think that there's a chance that we get some type of pullback, at least close to the breakout here. Okay, if we want to try it. Now, back under 98 negates the whole thing, but there could be some type of pullback between 98 and a half and 98, which could propel the euro back up to a level I'd want to be a seller. So keep an eye on the S&Ps. If they fail today, it's not going to be such a great sign. Here we are. You have 16 handles on where I posted it in the room. So I'm going to go in the room and tell people right now to book half. And in case they're not watching the broadcast, good luck to you the rest of the day. And tomorrow, another big day, we have the NFP. So we'll see what happens there. Remember, don't just count your pips, count your blessings. See you in the room. Sign up for TradeGateHub. It's free. You'll get Mike's stuff as well as my posts. And I'll see everyone for a weekly wrap up tomorrow. Adios.